Hello, this is a quick tutorial on how to change a Scalecutter cartridge. You may have one of these installed in front of your tankless heater on your whole home. Your housing may be this clear housing or maybe a slightly orange tinted housing. The procedures are the same. So inside this housing there's a cartridge, and in the lower half of the cartridge you have this white material. Over the course of a few months, the level will drop as the material dissolves. Once it gets down to the bottom, it's time to change the cartridge. So in order to change the cartridge, first we're going to want to turn off the water supply, either next to the unit or upstream from it. Now this is very important. We have to relieve the pressure on the system in order to remove the housing. So we're going to go inside the house and we're going to turn on a faucet, hot or cold, till the water runs, depending on what the unit is installed, just on the hot side or the whole house. And when the water stops running, we relieve the pressure. Now we're going to use the filter wrench to remove the housing. You turn it counterclockwise, and we want to put on the filter wrench, and we want to remove it by pushing towards the wall rather than having a wrench where we're actually pulling away from the wall. This is like a mayonnaise jar or any other tight lid. Sometimes it requires just a little force and then it loosens. Once it's initially loosened, we can take off the wrench. You're going to unscrew the housing. Might want to place a bucket under the unit because a little bit of water is going to come out. Once you remove the housing, the cartridge will usually hang from the head. It may come out with the housing. We want to dump the contents, the water, out of the housing. And there's also an O-ring that is used to seal the housing. Make sure you don't lose that when you dump the contents out. Now to remove the cartridge, we simply pull down. And you'll notice there's a black O-band on top of the cartridge. Now that O-band is what holds the cartridge and seals it to the top of the head on this center post. If you pull out the cartridge and there's no O-band, you have to remove it from the center post, maybe with a paper clip, just to pull it off. Now once you have the new cartridge in hand, to reinstall it, we're just simply going to push it back up onto the post, let it hang vertically. Take the housing and we are going to screw it back on, and the cartridge should self-center on the bottom post of the housing. And once we have screwed it on, we just want to snugly hand tighten with a little bit of force. We don't have to use the wrench in order to retighten the housing. So once it's installed, we'll then open the water supply. Allow the unit to begin to fill with water. Then we want to go inside the house and turn off the faucets. So we build pressure on the unit, and then we just check to make sure there's no leaks. And once that's done, just monitor the level over the course of the next few months and replace the cartridge as needed.